Emma never thought her life would take this turn. Just a year ago, she believed she was living a balanced, stable life with her husband, Daniel. They had been together for 8 years, married for 5, and from the outside, everything looked calm and ordinary. Friends described them as that quiet couple who always seem fine. And for a long time, they were. But what people didn't see were the silent battles Emma had been fighting inside her own mind. Anxiety crept into her life slowly, then all at once. Sleepless nights, constant tension in her chest, days where even getting dressed felt like climbing a mountain. She tried to push through it, telling herself it was temporary. She kept working, kept smiling, kept pretending, until one morning she simply couldn't do it anymore. After a long discussion with her doctor and weeks of emotional exhaustion, Emma made the difficult decision to leave her job. It wasn't an easy choice. She loved being independent. She loved contributing. But her mental health was falling apart, and she knew if she didn't stop, something worse might happen. Daniel agreed at first, or at least that's what it seemed like. He told her, "Take the time you need. We'll figure it out." His voice was calm. His face looked supportive. Emma believed him. She felt safe enough to step back and focus on healing. What Daniel didn't mention, or maybe didn't realize yet, was that something inside him had already begun to change. Emma wasn't careless with money. Before leaving her job, she had savings, years of careful planning, emergency funds, investments she had quietly built on her own. Even after becoming unemployed, she continued paying her share of everything. Rent, utilities, groceries, sometimes even more than half. In fact, when she later looked at the numbers, she realized she was contributing more than Daniel in some months. But Daniel didn't seem to care about that detail. The first shift was subtle. At first, it was just small comments. "So, what did you do all day?" he'd ask when she sat down, tired but trying to stay positive. Then came the expectations. The dishes were suddenly her responsibility. The laundry? You're home anyway. The shopping? You have time, don't you? Emma tried to be understanding. She told herself maybe this was temporary. Maybe Daniel was stressed from work. Maybe once she felt better and found another job, things would go back to normal. But instead, they got worse. Within weeks, Daniel stopped helping around the house completely. No cooking, no cleaning, not even small gestures like making tea or taking out the trash. He would come home, drop his bag, sit down, and scroll on his phone, while Emma rushed around trying to keep everything together. What hurt the most wasn't the work itself. It was the way he spoke to her. "If you're not working, the least you can do is keep the house clean," he said one evening, without even looking up. Emma felt her chest tighten. She wanted to scream. She wanted to explain that healing was work, that surviving each day with anxiety felt harder than any job she'd ever had. But the words stayed stuck in her throat. One week, Emma caught a bad flu. Fever, weakness, dizziness. Even standing made her legs shake. She hoped, just a little, that Daniel would step in. Maybe cook, maybe clean, maybe say, "Rest, I've got this." Instead, he watched her struggle. On his days off, he sat on the couch while she forced herself to move through the house, coughing, sweating, trying to keep things acceptable. When she didn't tidy enough, he sighed loudly. When dinner was late, he looked annoyed. At one point, he said, "You've been home all day. How is the place still messy?" That night, Emma cried silently in the bathroom so he wouldn't hear. What confused her most was Daniel's behavior outside the house. To neighbors, coworkers, and strangers, he was polite, helpful, even charming. He held doors open, offered to help people move furniture, smiled easily. But at home, his kindness disappeared, and Emma started questioning herself. Am I being lazy? Am I asking for too much? Is this what I deserve because I'm not working right now? The doubts slowly ate away at her confidence. Her mental health, which she was supposed to be healing, felt worse than ever. One night, unable to sleep, Emma opened her laptop. She needed to know if she was wrong, or if something deeper was happening. She decided to share her story on an online forum, using a fake name, hiding behind anonymity. She wrote everything: about leaving her job, about paying her share, about doing all the housework, about being sick and still expected to serve, about the coldness, the sharp words, the feeling of being invisible. When she hit post, her hands were shaking. She didn't expect what happened next. Within hours, messages started flooding in. Some were blunt, some were angry, for her. Some were heartbreaking honest. One reply said, "This isn't about chores, it's about control." Another wrote, "If the finances are equal, the housework should be too, period." Someone else said something that made Emma's stomach drop. "He's showing you who he really is. Believe him." Emma sat there, reading, rereading, breathing slowly. For the first time in months, she felt seen. She felt validated. She wasn't crazy. She wasn't lazy. She wasn't wrong for feeling hurt. But validation also brought fear. Because if all these strangers could see the problem so clearly, what did that mean for her marriage? That night, Emma didn't sleep at all. As the sun rose, she realized something important. The house wasn't the real issue. The dishes, the laundry, the shopping, those were just symptoms. The real problem was respect, or rather, the complete lack of it. She thought back to the woman she used to be, independent, strong, confident, and she wondered when she had started shrinking herself to fit someone else's expectations. And that's where this part of the story pauses, because what Emma decides next will change everything. If this story is already making you feel something, anger, sadness, or recognition, take a moment to support the channel. Like the video, subscribe, and stay with us, because what happens next will leave you thinking long after the screen goes dark. Sometimes, the hardest truth to accept is this: love without respect slowly becomes something else entirely. Morning light filled the bedroom, but Emma felt no warmth from it. She lay still, staring at the ceiling, replaying every comment she had read the night before. The words from strangers echoed louder than Daniel's voice ever had. For the first time, she wasn't pushing her feelings down. She was listening to them. When Daniel woke up, he didn't say good morning. He reached for his phone, scrolled for a few minutes, then stood up. "What's for breakfast?" he asked casually. Emma slowly sat up. "I'm not feeling well today," she said quietly. "I barely slept." Daniel paused, then sighed. "You're always tired lately," he replied. "I'm already late. Just make something quick." And just like that, he walked out of the room. Emma stayed seated on the bed long after the door closed. Something inside her finally cracked. Not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply. She didn't make breakfast. Instead, she wrapped herself in a blanket and sat by the window, watching people leave their homes, heading to work, to life, to purpose. For months, she had blamed herself for not being one of them. But now a new thought crept in. What if the problem wasn't her at all? Later that afternoon, Daniel came home early. He noticed immediately. No dinner? He asked, looking around the kitchen. Emma stood up slowly. I need to talk, she said. Daniel frowned, clearly annoyed. About what? About us, Emma replied. The room felt heavy. Even the air seemed tense. Emma took a deep breath. I'm not your maid, she said. I'm your wife. I'm still paying my share, I'm still contributing, and I'm struggling. I need support, not orders. Daniel laughed, a short, sharp laugh that made her flinch. So now you're upset because you have to clean? He said. You don't work. This is basic. Her hands trembled, but she didn't stop. Healing is work, she said. And respect shouldn't disappear just because I'm not earning a paycheck. Daniel's face hardened. You're overreacting, he replied. Everyone would agree with me. Emma thought of the dozens of messages she'd read the night before. No, she said softly. They don't. Silence fell between them. Daniel shook his head and grabbed his jacket. I'm not dealing with this, he said. You're being dramatic. The door slammed behind him. Emma collapsed onto the couch, tears finally spilling freely. But beneath the pain was something new, clarity. Over the next few days, Emma stopped overworking herself. She cooked only when she felt able. She cleaned only what was necessary. The house grew quieter, messier, real. Daniel noticed immediately. What happened to the house? He snapped one evening. Emma looked up from her book. I'm resting, she said calmly. Daniel stared at her like he didn't recognize her. So you're just not going to do anything now? I'm doing what I can, she replied. Just like you. His anger flared. This isn't how a marriage works, he said. Emma almost smiled sadly. You're right, she said. It's not. That night, Daniel slept on the couch. Days passed. The tension grew. Conversations turned into cold exchanges. Emma started journaling again, writing down everything she felt, everything she noticed. Patterns, words, behaviors she had ignored for years. She realized this wasn't new. It was just louder now. One afternoon, Emma met her sister Lily for coffee. It was the first time she had spoken out loud about everything. As Emma talked, Lily's expression changed from concern to anger. That's not okay, Lily said firmly, not even a little. Emma stared into her cup. I keep thinking if I just get another job, it'll fix everything, she admitted. Lily shook her head. No, it'll just hide the problem again. Those words stayed with Emma. That night, Daniel came home late. He smelled like alcohol. You should have had dinner ready, he muttered. Emma stood up. I won't live like this anymore, she said. Daniel scoffed. And what are you going to do? Emma didn't answer right away. Because for the first time, she actually had an answer forming. She went to the bedroom and began packing a small bag. Daniel followed her, confused now. What are you doing? He asked. I am going to stay with my sister for a few days, Emma replied calmly. Daniel's face shifted from anger to disbelief. You're serious? Yes, she said. I need space. And you need to understand that this isn't about chores. It's about how you treat me. Daniel said nothing. Emma zipped the bag and walked past him. As she stepped outside, the air felt different, lighter, uncertain, but honest. She didn't know what the future held. She didn't know if her marriage would survive. But she knew one thing for sure. She was done shrinking herself to make someone else comfortable. And somewhere deep inside, A quiet strength was finally waking up. Sometimes leaving the room is the first step toward finding yourself again. Emma stayed at her sister Lily's apartment longer than she planned. At first, she told herself it would only be a few days, just enough time to breathe, to calm down, to let the tension settle. But the quiet there felt different. Safe. No sighs, no criticism, no pressure to prove her worth by scrubbing floors or cooking meals. On the first morning, Lily made her coffee and placed it gently on the table. "You don't have to earn your place here," Lily said softly. That sentence stayed with Emma all day. Daniel texted at first. Short messages, cold ones. "When are you coming back? This is childish. We need to talk." Emma didn't reply immediately. For the first time in years, she allowed herself time before responding. She spoke with her therapist. She reread her journal. She thought about every moment she had felt small in her own home. 3 days later, the text changed. "I miss you. You're overthinking. Can we just go back to normal?" Emma felt a familiar pull, guilt mixed with hope. But she remembered something her therapist had said the day before. Normal shouldn't hurt. When Emma finally agreed to meet Daniel, they chose a public place, a quiet cafe near the park. She wanted safety, witnesses, clarity. Daniel arrived looking tired, softer, almost like the man she once loved. "This has gotten out of hand," he said, sitting down. "I never meant to hurt you." Emma folded her hands. "But you did," she replied, repeatedly. Daniel frowned. "I was stressed. I work all day. I just expected support at home." Emma nodded slowly. "I supported you financially, emotionally, physically, even when I was sick," she said. "And when I asked for help, you punished me for it." Daniel looked away. "I didn't see it that way," he muttered. "That doesn't change how it felt," Emma said. There was a long pause. "I can try to do better," Daniel said finally. "But you have to come back. A marriage means compromise." Emma took a deep breath. "Yes," she said. "And compromise doesn't mean one person disappears." Daniel's jaw tightened. "So what now?" he asked. Emma stood up. "Now I choose myself," she said calmly. She left money on the table and walked out before he could say anything else. That night, Emma made a decision she had been avoiding. She opened her laptop and updated her resume. Not out of fear, not to fix the marriage, but for herself. She applied for part-time roles, flexible ones, positions that respected her limits while she continued healing. Weeks passed. Daniel sent more messages, some apologetic, some angry, some manipulative. Emma responded only when necessary and always with boundaries. Eventually, the messages stopped. With Lily's support, Emma found a small apartment, modest, quiet, hers. On the first night there, she sat on the floor surrounded by boxes and laughed through tears. The silence no longer felt lonely. Emma slowly returned to herself. Therapy helped. So did routines built on kindness instead of pressure. Some days were hard. Healing wasn't linear, but it was real. One evening, months later, Emma received a message from Daniel. "I didn't realize how much I took you for granted," it read. "I hope you're okay." Emma stared at the screen for a long time. Then she closed her phone without replying, because she finally understood something important. Love that demands silence, exhaustion, and obedience isn't love at all. Emma's story didn't end with revenge or dramatic closure. It ended with self-respect, with boundaries, with the quiet courage it takes to walk away from what hurts, even when it once felt like home. And the lesson is simple but powerful. Your value is not measured by how much you serve someone else. Respect is not something you earn by suffering. And choosing yourself is not selfish, it's survival. Sometimes the bravest ending is also a new beginning. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.